Ben Simmons. That's pretty much all I have to say to get a strong opinion when it comes for or against the young point guard for the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, it's no surprise, man, in the playoffs, he was not very good. His offense is very limiting. We all know this stuff, right? But what we don't know is what exactly is his true trade value. It's recently been reported by Shams that the 76ers have opened up trade talks, and we already see trade proposals from teams like the Indiana Pacers. For today's video, we are going to talk about what exactly the type of player Ben Simmons is, who he can become, and what type of trades actually make sense. Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So it's just been reported by Shams himself that the Philadelphia 76ers are officially listening to trade offers for Ben Simmons, guys. So the official tweet that was just released was that the 76ers have opened up trade conversations surrounding three-time All-Star Ben Simmons and have engaged with teams. And if you look close at the article, they are looking for an All-Star caliber player or a current All-Star in return. So before we get going on this video, we got so much to talk about. If you guys don't mind leaving a like on it, man, 1,000 likes is always the goal. And remember, like, straight up, that helps out the YouTube algorithm so much. So by you guys liking the video, you can really help me grow this channel, man. I cannot do it without you. And of course, we're on the road to 300,000 subscribers, getting hundreds of brand new subscribers every single day. If you guys don't mind hitting that sub button if you are new, would be greatly appreciated. But okay, so Ben Simmons, we have talked about him so much on this channel. Like, realistically, I could make this a Ben Simmons trade talk channel because every single day there is something new coming out about this man right here. But when it comes down to it, like, I gotta be 100% honest, guys. I am a Ben Simmons fan. I realize that in the playoffs, he was not good. Like offensively, you know, passing out like layups and stuff like that just simply is not it. I see 100% the talented player that he is and the potential for him to be even better, but I also see kind of maybe the, I don't know, man, a little bit of like insecurities with him where it's just like, he doesn't want to be like a meme or anything like that, man. He doesn't want to be a guy that shoots a three and everybody goes crazy in the arena, which is probably why he doesn't shoot threes anymore in the first place. Because literally we treat it like the damn, you know, like NBA Finals Game 7 or something like that in a preseason game. So I totally get that, man. But at the same time, like, when I look at Ben Simmons, I think the reason I like him so much is because he is definitely a guy that, you know, obviously he does get like assists and rebounds and his defense is great, but a lot of things he actually does too with his quickness and just overall playmaking is something that's not really show up at the stat sheet. Another guy that was like that was Big Ben Wallace for the Detroit Pistons. Did so much that did not show up on the box score, and I love guys like that, man. But at the same time, they don't always get the biggest respect because as fans of the game, we definitely gravitate towards scoring and stats and all that good stuff, right, man? But this previous season, we know Ben Simmons 14 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds per game. The scoring regressed. He did take less shots and everything, but it was really the playoffs where the weakness of scoring really affected the 76ers. And when it comes down to it, while I do think Ben Simmons is a great player, I really don't think he's a great fit with the 76ers. I don't think he's a good fit alongside Joel Embiid. I feel like Joel Embiid, like, it even pays more respect towards what he does, that being Joel, being able to put up these crazy ass stats without having a point guard that can really provide him spacing. Like, typically these centers that can play in the post and stuff, man, like when you bring the double triple team because the point guard can't shoot, like that would really limitate a lot what a center can do. But you know, Joel Embiid has been able to figure it out, so it would be crazy to see him with a guy that can actually space the floor a little bit more, man. But as far as how much better do I think Ben Simmons can get? Well, I feel like besides the scoring, like, he's there. Like, we see a great player, but obviously the scoring has to get better. The confidence has to get better. And, yeah, man, I just don't know if it's ever going to be the case. He's always going to get roasted for his jump shot and stuff, but I really hope the best for him, man. So, real quick here, let's talk about a trade that was actually proposed. We know about this one from a few days ago with the Indiana Pacers. Going to talk briefly about it, man. I have more of an in-depth video over my second channel, Extra Crispy. But the trade was pretty much like Malcolm Brogdon, and I believe it was a pick in exchange for Ben Simmons, in which the 76ers did decline that. Now, me personally, I'm like, yo, like, Brogdon is like the type of guard that needs to play with Joel Embiid, can play on-ball, off-ball, whatever you really need him to do. But at the same time, you know, the age difference and stuff. I mean, we got to remember Ben Simmons is only 24, and I'm pretty sure that Malcolm Brogdon, who was a old head rookie, he played like 4 years of college, I believe. He's like 28, 29 now, I believe, something like that. So he's an older player, right? So I could see where maybe they still want to keep a little bit younger, you know, keep it up with the age of like Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, Matisse Thybulle, all those guys, man. Like, you don't want to get like an old head that's going to be regressing in a few seasons, plain and simple, man. So that trade, while I do like Malcolm Brogdon, I also get it why they declined it. I do understand that. But yes, let's talk about some of the recent teams. There's 2 recent teams that have reported having interest in Ben Simmons. Then we are going to go over to my Twitter account at ChristyFlakes2K. I asked you guys for some trades over there, so we're going to go over all of those, of course. So go follow me over there if you ever want to be a part of these videos. But the newest team that is gauging interest is a team that I do not like the fit. Like, do not do this if you are this team, because it does not make sense. Is the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks want to trade for Ben Simmons. And I'm sorry, they're not going to give up Julius Randle, because Julius Randle, like last year, being the most improved player, yes, he is another guy that did bad in the playoffs, but proved that he wants to be like the franchise guy for the Knicks. So just for that culture reason and stuff, they're not going to give him up, right, man? Like, he's like a part of like the identity of the team now. So that being said, Julius Randle, who desperately needed another guy that could take pressure off him offensively, but also be a guy you can give the ball to in the clutch, that's not Ben Simmons. Like, Ben Simmons is going to make that situation a billion times worse. Not to mention that really the only other position I see Ben Simmons playing is power forward, which Julius Randle plays. So, like, you got to run him at point guard, and that's just going to be disastrous for the team, man. Like, they should not do that. Not to mention, if the 76ers are looking for young players and future All-Stars in return, well, we all know who that's going to be. It's going to be like RJ Barrett or, Quickly, or maybe Obi Toppin, some, guys like that, man. So they're going to be asking for a lot of the Knicks' depth, which I don't think the Knicks should do that. The Knicks are finally in a circumstance where they have gotten, good free agents, drafted really nicely out there, man. They don't really have any ridiculous contracts at the moment. So it's like, let's just kind of keep with that. And if somebody wants to sign via free agency, okay, that's cool. But let's not give up the whole damn team like they did with Melo back in the day. And, restart that, man. Let's just not do that. Like, do not do this if you are the Knicks. Please. You are in such a good place. The other team is a team that's kind of been talked about for a few weeks now, I think, and that is the Minnesota Timberwolves. I do like this fit. I feel like Ben Simmons, especially if you run him at that 4 spot, like, I love him at the 4 spot, man. Alongside Karl-Anthony Towns, that could be really deadly. And obviously, looking for guys in return. I mean, the 76ers, they could get their all-star with that being D'Angelo Russell, still the really young point guard that was an all-star for the Brooklyn Nets only a few seasons ago. Like, I like that fit. I don't think it's quite enough. You're probably also looking at Malik Beasley, which is cool because Malik's a shooting guard. They got Anthony Edwards already, so it's like that's not really a big deal. He's on a very nice contract too, which is good for the 76ers. And at that point, like, if you really want to go all in and try to get Ben Simmons in Minnesota, then maybe you could also ask for like Jarrett Culver, who obviously has not really lived up to his draft type. I believe he was the 6th pick a few seasons ago. So you can go for him or maybe a draft pick or something like that. But overall, like, as far as the big 3 of Ben Simmons, Cat, and Anthony Edwards, to me that works. So I do like that a lot. It's a matter of the 76ers like what they're getting back. But I feel like getting a previous all-star in D'Lo, a nice near 20 point per game score in Malik Beasley, is definitely not a bad little haul, all things considered, man. So that's one thing we really have to remember too, is that when it comes down to it, like, we overvalue our players on our own team. And then it seems like there's always a winner and a loser of a trade in most cases. But at the same time, man, it's like, we gotta be realistic, because, these teams are ran by, very intelligent people that's not just gonna give everything away. Now, oftentimes too, I mean, there is a lot of bad trades, let's be honest, man. But I think when it comes down to all-stars, it's usually gonna be all-star for all-star, or it's gonna be, all-star for potential. And I feel like maybe it's going to be a little bit of a fine mix right there, where they're going to get a player that might not be as good as Ben Simmons. I don't think D'Lo's as good as Ben Simmons when you look at, top to bottom. But if they get him and they also get the potential guys and like a Jarrett Culver or something like that, then I think it's a pretty smart situation, right, man? So I guess real quick here, I'm just going to pop over to Twitter because there wasn't like a ton of trades when I started this video. So let me hop over here on my end real quick here and just kind of scroll through. We got about 15 trades. See, I'm not going to hop over to Twitter just to see that, but yeah, we got Mr. Bucket saying Simmons for a cookie. And that's the type of disrespect we're getting right now with Ben Simmons, guys. Like, people are definitely down on this man right now. Honestly, like, if I am the 76ers, because that does bring up a good point, is right now the best time to trade Ben Simmons? I mean, because you could wait till the trade deadline. Like, you could play him at the beginning of the season. We know Ben Simmons is a pretty good regular season player, at least all things considered. So play him in the regular season and then trade him by the trade deadline. The only thing you don't want to do is fall in love with him again and be like, well, we're going to keep him because we know it does not lead to playoff success. We got Ben Simmons for Kawhi in a sign trade. Yeah, it's a little bit too much, let's be honest here, man. We got the person saying they liked the Pacers trade. We have another Pacers trade of Jeremy Lamb, TJ Warren, Malcolm Brogdon for George Hill and Ben Simmons. So getting TJ out of it and Malcolm Brogdon, that's definitely, and Jeremy Lamb, good scorer too, although coming off a major injury. I guess so was TJ, so that's a little worrisome right there. We got somebody else here. We got 3D writers saying Ben Simmons to the Timberwolves from Malik Beasley, Jerry Culver, Ed Davis, and a first-round pick. We got one for the Pelicans for Lonzo Ball and Josh Hart. I don't know if I like the idea of Ben Simmons playing with Zion Williamson, so that's the only reason I don't really like that one too much. But yeah, pretty much all these trades here is a trade with, like, I'm seeing a lot of D'Lo, Malik Beasley, stuff like that here, man. So definitely not too much to talk about. We got D'Lo and Josh Okogie. This person said Ricky Rubio for Ben and 2 first-round picks, man. So yeah. And we also got Big Gulp and a bag of purple Doritos. I do not like the purple Doritos, man. If you got Cool Ranch, whoa, no, man. Oh, yo, I used to like the Buffalo Ranch. If you can find me a bag of those, then hey, we will talk. But that's pretty much all we have for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching. Give me your Ben Simmons trades in the comment section below. Just remember, man, keep it realistic, because it's no fun when you just, like, throw out a trade that just makes no damn sense, right? It's gotta make sense for both sides, at least to some extent. And that's all we have. Peace out, guys.